Do not shoot up my kilt, you perv.
What's up, everyone? For WrestleTrivia, I'm your host, Kevin J. Callis.
Yeah!
And you're watching Wrestling Jeopardy, the interactive game show where you're the contestant.
I prayed for this and it happened.
So let's go to the board now and check out the categories you'll be quizzed on in this episode, starting with Party Animals, followed by Meet Me at Midnight. Next up is Down Since Day One-ish. Our fourth category, Royal Rumble number 30s. And last but certainly not least, our fifth and final category as voted on by the special members of our fan club with 50% of the votes, 2024's Best on the Mic.
I'd whip your arse, but you'd probably enjoy that.
And that sound means it's time for the 200-point jobber round, the easiest round in Wrestling Jeopardy. Will you answer all 5 of these questions correctly, or will you completely embarrass yourself?
No!
All right, so let's begin our game with the first clue of the jobber round from Party Animals. This female superstar's party personality on Total Divas inspired a new nickname and an auto-tuned theme song. And the correct answer, that would be Brie Bella or Primo.
Some drinks, mother.
All right, and that brings us to the second clue of the jobber round. This one is from Meet Me at Midnight, inspired by the Judas Priest song Living After Midnight. This was Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty's original tag team name prior to joining the WWE. And they were called the Midnight Rockers. Moving on to the third clue of the jobber round from Down Since Day One-ish. Jimmy and Jey Uso are the twin sons of this WWE Hall of Famer. Who is Rikishi? Here comes the fourth clue of the jobber round from Royal Rumble number 30s. This wrestler was showered with booze when he entered the 2014 Rumble match at number 30 instead of Daniel Bryan. This is probably the first time in his career that the ultimate underdog got booed out of the building. The correct answer is Rey Mysterio. And let's close out the jobber round with this clue from 2024's Best on the Mic. I need you to tell me what wrestler said this line. You don't drink or do drugs, yet you spend all of your time in rehab. The Scottish Warrior was Savage in 2024. The correct answer here is Drew McIntyre.
Before you were injured, it was banger after banger. But since you've returned, it looks to me like it's been burger after burger after burger.
All right, hopefully you didn't drop the ball on the jobber round. Here comes the first clue of the 400-point round from Party Animals. Whether he was teaming up with Zack Ryder or hitting the clubs with Gronk, this wrestler didn't just get hyped, he stayed hyped. From the University of Maryland, that would be Mojo Rawley. Here comes the second clue from Meet Me at Midnight for 400. In early 1998, WWE and Jim Cornette reformed a new and, quite frankly, unimproved version of this 1980s tag team with Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Bob. And that would be the Midnight Express. On to the 400-point clue from Down Since Day One-ish, which this category is going to be all about the Usos. The Usos made their TV debut on the January 31st, 2010 episode of FCW, defeating the brother duo of Bo and Duke what? Not to be confused with Bo and Luke Duke. The correct answer here is Bo and Duke Rotundo. Moving on to some more Royal Rumble number 30s for 400. In 2018, this WWE Hall of Famer was the final entrant in the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble match. Who is Trish Stratus? And let's close out the 400-point round with this clue from 2024's Best on the Mic. Who said this? You've broken the indoor attendance record for the biggest gathering of trailer park trash in history. Final Boss was the man this year. What a great creation. The correct answer is The Rock.
Oh, you want to boo that, huh? Are you sure you want to boo The Rock?
All right, 10 questions down, 15 to go, plus the Daily Double and Final Jeopardy.
There's a moose.
And let's jump into the 600-point round with Party Animals. This two-time WWE Hall of Famer once said, I've met rock stars. Trust me, they don't party nearly as hard as wrestlers. And that would be the big man, Big Sexy himself, who is Kevin Nash. That brings us to Meet Me at Midnight for 600. This mysterious masked desperado would suddenly appear whenever Dusty Rhodes got suspended by the NWA, and then ride off into the sunset when the American Dream returned. And that would be the Midnight Rider. Moving on to Down since day one-ish for 600. Both Usos played this sport at the University of West Alabama. What is football? Here comes a 600-point clue from Royal Rumble number 30s. Even though he entered number 30 in the 2002 Rumble match, this wrestler lasted only 33 seconds. I remember this. He basically came in, eliminated RVD, decided to do a spinneroonie for whatever reason, and then got eliminated. The correct answer is Booker T. And let's close out the 600-point round with this clue from 2024's Best on the Mic. Who said this? Take me with you. "2024 was a tough year for the wise man. Hopefully 2025 things will be a little bit better." The correct answer is Paul Heyman. Here comes the first clue of the 800-point round from Party Animals. Jeff Hardy was once so out of his mind wasted that he couldn't wrestle Sting in the main event of this 2011 TNA pay-per-view. What is Victory Road? Here comes Meet Me at Midnight for 800. Before becoming this tag team's valet in 1999, Midnight was an accomplished bodybuilder and graduate of the WCW power plant. They basically said she was a long-lost relative of Harlem Heat. And that brings us to some more questions about the Usos for 800. Technically, Jimmy's the older twin, having been born this many minutes before Jay. Now, the exact number was revealed on a tweet back in 2022. The correct answer is 9 minutes. Moving on to some more Royal Rumble number 30s for 800. There it is, the Daily Double for this episode. Think about how many different Royal Rumble number 30s there have been over the years and place your wager now. All right, time is up. Here is the Daily Double clue. Name the first wrestler to enter the Men's Rumble number 30 and win. There have been 5 total men who have done this in the history of the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes just did it in 2023. Brock Lesnar the year before in 2022. Triple H accomplished this feat in 2016. John Cena did it in 2008. However, and let's close out the 800-point round with this clue from 2024's Best on the Mic. Who said this? This is probably something you've heard before. It just wasn't deep enough. The correct answer is Rhea Ripley.
Dominic, you stabbed me in the back. And this is probably something that you've heard before. It just wasn't deep enough. Hey!
And we've reached the most difficult round in Wrestling Jeopardy, the main event.
Yeet!
5 of the toughest wrestling trivia questions you've ever encountered.
You got a lot to think about.
If you think you're a trivia aficionado, these bad boys will put your knowledge to the test.
Dummy, yeah.
And here comes the first clue of the main event for 1,000 from Party Animals. A game of DX strip poker saw Shawn Michaels swigging from a bottle of Jack Daniels as he kicked the crap out of this tag team in nothing but his boxer briefs. This happened in late 1997, basically right after the Montreal Screwjob, and Shawn was untouchable at this time, so the correct answer here is Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers.
I can't believe what we're seeing here!
Here comes the final clue from Meet Me at Midnight. Almost making his WWE debut as Kevin Owens' tag team partner on the September 13th, 2024 SmackDown, Ricky Gibson is actually a member of this independent circuit tag team. Alongside Eddie Pearl, the correct answer is the Midnight Heat.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Thanks for stepping up. Ricky,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Ricky from Seattle.
Ricky from Seattle.
I love it.
Here comes the final clue from Down Since Day One-ish. Jimmy and Jay competed on the independent scene for about a year under this moniker before signing with WWE in 2010. You gotta start somewhere. They started with a military gimmick and they were called the Samoan Soldiers. We're on to the final clue from Royal Rumble number 30s. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, entered the 1989 Rumble in the final spot after buying the number 30 slot from this manager. And Ted paid off the Doctor of Style Slick.
Hey man, exactly.
Well, let's go talk this over. I got something to talk to you about. It's real important.
All right, let's close out the board with this clue from 2024's Best on the Mic. Who said this? I hope he's a better father than he was a wrestler. And this is in reference to Goldberg. Maybe we'll see this match sometime in 2025. The correct answer is Gunther. All right, don't go anywhere. It's Final Jeopardy time. Let's find out what this episode's category is. WWE pay-per-view names. All right, time is up. Here is this episode's Final Jeopardy clue. This is the name of the first WWE pay-per-view held in Puerto Rico. Good luck. Taking place on January 9th, 2005, the correct answer is New Year's Revolution. And that does it for another round of Wrestling Jeopardy. Appreciate you watching. Thank you to all these fine folks here who are members of our fan club. If you'd like to learn more, click on the button above. My name is Kevin J. Callis, and I'll see you next time.